Please subscribe to this channel for more videos related to Catholic Christian teaching. Objects are constituted each by a substance and properties borne by the substance, but distinct from it. Substance can be referred to as a thing in itself. Substances are particulars that are ontologically independent. They are able to exist all by themselves. An accident is a property that substance has contingently, without which the substance can still retain its identity. Examples of accidents are color, taste, and movement. The four Aristotelian causes answer to the question, why? In analysis of change or movement in nature, the material, the formal, the efficient, and the final. Aristotle wrote that we do not have knowledge of a thing until we have grasped its why, that is to say, its cause. Material cause, a change or movement that is determined by material that composes the moving or changing things. For a table, this might be wood. For a statue, it might be bronze or marble. Formal cause, a change or movement caused by the arrangement, shape, or appearance of the thing changing or moving. For a table, this will be a design of a table. For a statue, this might be statue of horse or human. Agent or efficient cause consists of things apart from the thing being changed or moved, which interact so as to be an agency of the change or movement. For example, the efficient cause of a table is a carpenter, or a person working as one. And according to Aristotle, the efficient cause of a child is a parent. The final cause is a change or movement for the sake of a thing to be what it is, the end or purpose. For a seed, it might be an adult plant. For a sailboat, it might be sailing. Secondary causation is the philosophical proposition that all material and corporeal objects, having been created by God, a primary causation, with their own intrinsic potentialities, are subsequently empowered to evolve independently in accordance with natural law. Traditional Christians would slightly modify this injunction to allow for the occasional miracle as well as the exercise of free will. As there is a real distinction between the substance and the accidents of the body, God, who as first cause, causa prima, can produce the operation proper to a secondary cause, and can, through his immediate activity, preserve the accidents of the bread and the wine in their real being after the cessation of the substance of the bread and wine. God does not maintain them in being by allowing them to inhere in himself as material cause, but as efficient cause. He brings about everything which the substances of bread and wine effected before the consecration. The accidents continuing with our subject do not cease to be accidents since they receive from God the disposition and need for a subject in which they may inhere. This implies that essential dependence belongs to the concept of accident. According to the teaching of St. Thomas, only the accident of dimensive quality, that is, extended quantity, is miraculously preserved in being immediately by God. The relationship of the sacramental species to the sacramental substance is an internal, real connection, so that the movement of the species results in the movement of the body and blood of Christ. It is not physical inhering in the substance by reasons of a positive divine ordinance, as taught by the Scotists and Nominalists. As according to the Catholic teaching, the whole Christ is present in the Eucharist, so not only the body of Christ, but also the dimensive quantity and other accidents of the body of Christ. However, the body of Christ in the Blessed Sacraments is, in fact, as the evidence of the eyes prove, not extended. St. Thomas points out that by virtue of the sacrament, only the substance of the body and the blood of Christ is present. This takes the place of the substance of bread or wine, while the extension and other accidents are present concomitantly and as it were per accidens. Therefore, the manner of being of the accidents is guided by the manner of being of the substance. Consequently, the dimensive quantity of the body and blood of Christ is not present in the manner peculiar to it, that is, not in three-dimensional fillings of space, but in the manner of substance, that is, without actual extension. In order to make this mode of being present in the Blessed Sacrament more accessible to human thought, theologians distinguish two formal operations of quantity: the inner extension, that is, the ability of the body to spread out in three dimensions, and the outer extension, that is, the filling of space in point of fact. The relationship between them is as of cause and effect. While the former belongs to the nature of the body, and for this reason is inseparable from the body, the latter can be abrogated by a miraculous intervention of God. In the sacrament, Christ's body is present with the inner, but without the outer extension. The mode of being of the body of Christ in the Blessed Sacrament is the mode of being of created spirits. For example, it is similar to that of the soul in the body. But while the created spirit is limited to a single space, definite presence, for example, the soul to one single body, Christ's body is at one and the same time present in many places. Thus, he is in his natural mode of being in heaven and in his sacramental mode of existence in many places. The following consequences flow from the spirit-form mode of existence of the body of Christ in the Eucharist. The body of Christ is inaccessible to the immediate influence of mechanical powers, not an object of sensory perception, without local movement per se, that is, it is only moved per accidents with the species, naturally without external sensory activity. Many theologians assume, however, that God, in a supernatural manner, confers the use of outward senses on Christ's body, which is hypostatically united with Him even in its sacramental state. The multilocation of the body of Christ is not a circumscriptive one, since Christ's body is present in its external extension in one place only, that is, in heaven. In the sacramental state, however, it has multi-presence insofar as it is present in many places, in a sacramental manner, at one and the same time, without external extension. The multi-present is a mixed one, insofar as the body is present with external extension in heaven and without external extension in many places in the sacrament. According to St. Thomas Aquinas, a circumscriptive multilocation is metaphysically impossible. Please go to YouTube Retirement channel, playlist, Sacraments, for the complete series of these materials.